10 seconds. Gardner throws middle and intercepted by the Braves. Hands-off, no play action. Rolls to his right, throws down the field, caught in the flat and a big tackle. Ball's loose, picked up. Braves have it running down the sideline. Shotgun, empty backfield, looking left, pump fake, back right, Roman again. Caught, touchdown, touchdown with 23 seconds remaining.
Hey, welcome back to Sports Night. I'm Jake Hibbard, and that right there is a goal 4 years in the making as Star Valley finally got Sugar Salem. Tonight we take a look at what's next for Braves football. And tomorrow, Star Valley View Golf Course will open up the Wyoming 4A Golf Championships. Will we have a Star Valley kid taking home the hardware? Well, we'll catch up with Jordyn Horsley, the senior, as she gets ready to make her run at a state title this weekend. But first, back to football. The Braves take on one more Idaho opponent, Teton out of Driggs. This is the first meeting between these two towns in 89 years for football, only the second meeting ever. Teton's coached by David Joyce, who used to coach Jackson back until 2021 after leading the Bronx to back-to-back state title appearances, which he lost to the Cody Bronx in a battle of the Bronx. Does Wyoming have a shortage of nicknames?
Hey, what are we going to name our team?
What about the Bronx? That's already taken. The Mustangs. That one's gone too.
Dogies?
Taken. Let's just stick with the Bronx then. After Joyce turned around Jackson in quick fashion, he's done much the same in Teton. They lost in the 3A state title last year to Sugar Salem. And you'll get a lot of the same with Joyce out of Teton as you did with Joyce and Jackson. 3-5-3 base front defense, hurry-up offense, and a lot of athletes on the field. But at least for one more week, it sounds like Teton's biggest star won't be on the field. That's Jack Joyce, who was second in the state of Idaho, all classifications last year in rushing yards. And he's a rare combination of power, Forrest Gump speed, and ballerina beautiful footwork. Look at him go into that mess and just roll out the other side. Without their senior running back, Teton's looked to sophomore Colt K to lead the backfield.
Our sophomore running back is holding down the fort, but a few of those plays that he got loose, Jack would have scored on those plays. And so, we're looking forward to getting him back, in a week or two.
If he plays, obviously things get very different. He's a great young man. He actually ran indoor track with our guys as a freshman, was already one of the fastest kids in the state of Wyoming back when he was at Jackson as a freshman. He'll make things hard on us if he plays this week.
Coach Joyce told me he expects to have Jack back next week. Is that just smoke and mirrors? Maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them roll out their running back first game out in a non-conference matchup. So let's talk about some of the guys who will be on the field for Teton. First up, Jack's younger brother, Joker, another literal coach's kid. It's pretty apparent when you watch Joker on both ends of the ball that he's been the catalyst for this team. He hauled in 12 receptions in last week's loss against Marsh Valley. Joker's going to line up primarily in the slot positions, but will also end up being spread out wide. You also have to watch number 11, the 6'4 junior Bradley Brown at receiver, and the guy catching a touchdown here, Drew Moss, number 7, just a sophomore. But the way he was playing last week against Marsh Valley has me believing he's on his way to an all-state selection one of these years, which is good news for a team replacing last year's all-state receiver Thomas Husevelt. Last year's quarterback Jack Nelson has been replaced by a strangely familiar name, Luke Nelson, and on the defensive side, junior linebacker Aiden Moulton has proven to be one of the leaders and hardest hitters for a front 8 unit that returns no starters. Maybe something a veteran Star Valley team can take advantage of tomorrow night. Take this play last week, for example. Here Marsh Valley shows 2 pulling guards to the left side, which, as you'll see, takes the attention of the front 8 for Teton. But bad news for them, it's a false read, and that's exactly what the offense wanted them to do. And the quarterback's bootlegging out for a big gain the other way. Kickoff tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in Driggs, and the pregame on SVI Media starts at 6:30. Now let's jump over to golf, where tomorrow morning, Star Valley View Golf Course is hosting the 4A Wyoming Championships. Star Valley is going to have 3 individual boys and the girls team competing tomorrow and Saturday for the championships. And leading the way for the girls team is senior Jordyn Horsley, who last week at regionals at 3 Crowns in Casper was just 1 stroke behind Chloe Romo after day 1, but finished 6 behind after Romo shot an 81 to Horsley's 86 on the second day. Jordyn's put in a lot of work over the past year to cut 8 to 10 strokes off of her rounds to become a legitimate state championship contender in her final appearance. Along with Romo out of Kelly Walsh, another top competitor out of the West that Jordyn will have to deal with is Haley Ridnour out of Evanston. And on the East side, Sheridan Shelby Gardner won regionals with a 5-stroke lead over Campbell County's Gabby Giffen. But if you're going out for one more chance to get a state title, where better than the place you've been golfing at your whole life?
I've gotten a lot better this year. I put in a lot of work over the winter, just on golf simulators, taking some trips down to Utah. just getting rounds in. And then this summer, I've just really focused on grinding.
Part of that summer training included playing from the black tees at Star Valley View Golf Course as she was preparing to play in the Junior America's Golf Cup. That led to Horsley's strategy evolving as she was able to play with more distance.
It kind of helps when I can now hit my driver a little further and I have like a wedge in instead of a hybrid or a longer club. So my game has definitely changed from playing from back tees, but I think it's helped a lot.
And for the rest of the Star Valley golfers, it's always nice being at home.
It is an advantage for our players because they've played the course so many times. So our golfers will take advantage of pin placements. We're going to put them in some tricky places that our golfers are going to be aware of and know how to play to, where some of the players who are not from here may be tempted to go for the pin, and it may get them in a little bit of trouble. But mainly I'm telling my golfers, do what they do everywhere. Pick the best place to land it, get it on the green, 2-putt, and just play that situational. From the east, we're talking Sheridan, Gillette, Cheyenne. They never come over here. It isn't a place they're going to come in their regular travels. And so this will be the first time many of those players and some of the coaches have ever been here. So it is a great opportunity to show off our golf course.
Weather for tomorrow, 67 and sunny, and partly cloudy and 69 for Saturday. Finally, let's take a look at what's coming up this week in Star Valley sports. Of course, we've already mentioned the football game, 7 o'clock at Teton, and it's a 6:30 pregame on SVI Media. 4A State Golf right here in Afton as well. And finally, volleyball is at home versus Green River tomorrow at 5. You can catch that as well on SVI Media. That's it for me. Check me out on the highlights tomorrow as you watch your Star Valley Braves take on Teton.